when we think about the direction this country is going, the reason why people want to roll back rights is because they're losing. They're losing power. They're losing representation. They're losing influence. And they are willing to go against the will of the people to cement opportunity and power for a very limited group.
For many of us, there is that imposter syndrome because we've been told for so long, you don't belong here.
Yeah.
And now we're realizing not only do we belong here, we're also creating a table, convening tables, and bringing people to tables to have these conversations. Are any of these topics that I'm putting to you part of the reason why we're seeing this change and the possibility of why this case is before the United States Supreme Court?
Absolutely. I think that this is a reaction to racial progress. That's the simple explanation. And I think that, it's not a coincidence that they are using, and I use that word intentionally, Asian plaintiffs to push forward this case. Because the organizations behind this case understand that they have been less successful where the plaintiffs have been white, right? Because that's just such an overt, seen as such an overt pushback against civil rights and access to opportunity. However, where they're able to leverage one minority group against another, they gain more traction, and that's what's happening here. But I think it's got to be said that we all suffer, and this does not reflect the will of the American people. And I think this is an important point to highlight. It's easy to get caught up in these debates. I use that, about our rights, our access to opportunity, our inequality, to think that there are equal numbers on both sides of the argument. They're not, right? I think that when we think about the direction this country is going, the reason why people want to roll back rights is because they're losing. They're losing power. They're losing representation. They're losing influence. And they are willing to go against the will of the people to cement opportunity and power for a very limited group. Most Asian Americans support affirmative action. And I know that Asian Americans are not a monolith. Some do quite well in the educational system, while others struggle. But the majority of Asian Americans support affirmative action, as do the majority of Black and Brown people, because we know what we're facing in this country. And so, this is not a decision that can be viewed through the lens of enacting some kind of universal will to hold Black and Brown people back. I think it is the decision of white minorities in power to solidify that power in the face of growing diversity in this country, growing access to opportunity, and what they see as a threat.